Welcome in. It's the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. Patrick Allen and Matt Verderame here reacting to the first half. The Chiefs are up in this one, 28-17. They could be up by a lot more, been pretty unstoppable on offense. Matt Verderame, what's your initial reaction to the first half of this game?
That's not beating themselves. If they do, this game's over. They've missed a million tackles. The penalty on the return, it was a good ball, but there's no reason. He's behind you. It's a touchdown.
Right.
Tyreek Hill's got to catch that ball. That is a complete game. If he scores, at minimum, it's a field goal, right? Minimum, if you catch the ball, it's a field goal. Now, the plus side of it is I think the Chiefs are whipping them up front. The Bengals have had no pressure on Mahomes the whole game, even with all the issues up front. They've run the ball very, very well in the game. Williams has been great. And I think defensively, they're getting pressure on Burrow. So I think there's a lot of reason to think they're in pretty good shape going forward, but also this could already be over. And they've just kind of let him in it. But I think overall you feel good about where the game's at.
Yeah, look, both offenses are playing well. The Chiefs have been pretty much unstoppable, went 3 and out on that first drive, but Mahomes 209 passing yards already. Burrow's right behind him with 193. The thing that stands out to me is the Chiefs are playing without a net here. And they can't, if we talked about this in our preview show, they can't afford to miss tackles against these guys on the Bengals offense. That's what happened on the first Jamar Chase long run for the touchdown. They've got to make sure they make their tackles. And the Bengals offense is too good for the Chiefs to drop a big pass like that or to get a bad penalty like that at the end of the half where they can steal extra points. Because look, the fact of the matter is that Chiefs defense is playing well, but the Bengals could come right out after the half. They're going to get the ball. They go down there and score a touchdown. You're in yourself a fight if you're the Chiefs. So I think that first series is going to be key for the Chiefs. They got to get a stop there, get the ball back to Mahomes. But right now the Bengals aren't showing that they can stop the Chiefs at all.
No, they're not. Look, the Chiefs defense has to step up. They step up, they win. You never know how a game goes. I think the Bengals are going to have to get another 40s to win this game. I don't see all of a sudden Cincinnati coming out and just rolling the Chiefs offense. The Chiefs have just done whatever they've wanted to do. They've run the ball. They've thrown the ball. Mahomes has been brilliant in this game. My God, the guy's already got over 200 yards, and he should have 270. He'll drop that ball. They've been amazing. Look, give the Bengals credit for one thing in this game, and my fan page over there bringing it up. Jamar Chase has been unbelievable. Just out of his mind, unbelievable. It's been ridiculous how he just and look, you could argue the one play was it interference, was it not? Whatever, it happened. You get that call. Fenton pushed him. He's going to get called for it. So, Chase has been good. Now the Chiefs has done a great job everywhere else. Higgins has not done much of anything. He had the one catch, I think. Boyd has not done anything. Mixon has been fine when he's had the ball, but not anything devastating. He hasn't been going off on them. So I think if you're the Chiefs, you feel pretty good. You're getting. I would like to see the Chiefs blitz them more. Make one thing I've noticed in this game with Burrow, when they've gotten pressure, his eyes drop. He does not. Yes. He is not looking to get that ball's out or it's tucked in and he just goes down. And that's the product of he's been sacked 50 times this year. Yeah. I would bring more. You get in the second and long, third and long, I just bring it. Make him get the ball out quick. But overall, look, offensively, they've been phenomenal. They may score 50 points in this game. Defensively, I know it sounds weird giving up 17 points and a half. I really, the only drive I was upset about was the one after they gave up the long touchdown, where they just missed tackles. Fenton should have had a sack. Should have been 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. Yeah. The Chase play sucks. It's a one-off, though. I don't think that's indicative of anything. The bigger problem has been that other drive where they just kept going down the field because the Chiefs missed a million tackles.
Yeah, and I think we'll see some adjustments by the Chiefs defense in the second half. They're playing really aggressive. They're playing a lot of press man coverage on these guys. So mix in a little bit of extra blitzes for when that pass rush isn't getting home and force that ball to get out there a little bit quicker. And then just make sure you're right. Jamar Chase, the dude's just incredible. He's going to be a huge star in this league for a long time. But the Chiefs, they've got guys stepping up all over. Blake Bell's made a couple huge plays in this game. McCole Hardman with a great move and a 53-yard pass. And the legend of Derek Gore continues to grow. Whenever that guy gets the ball, he makes something happen.
Byron Pringle made a great catch down the field.
Great catch.
Not a horrible throw, but a hard catch. That was a real. I'll tell you what, though. I think the play of the game so far was, in a positive way for the Chiefs, was that 3rd and 10 where Mahomes hit Hardman deep down the field.
Yep.
That game felt like, they have the punt there, the crowd gets into it, and all of a sudden, boom. But look, it's easy to bitch. It's easy to complain about the things that didn't go the Chiefs' way. Fine, whatever. Guys, I would point this out. Look around the league right now. Philadelphia is basically playing to try to get in the playoffs. They're losing 16-7 to Washington. The Buccaneers are playing for an important seeding. They're losing to the Jets. The Bills are playing for the AFC East and are losing at halftime to Atlanta. Like, the Colts
Indy's losing to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the league, the Chiefs, it's frustrating that, they're up 11 points at halftime. Like, if somebody said to you before the game, would you take that? Of course you would. Of course you would. You'd be like, okay, hey, look. Now, I think the big thing here for the Chiefs is the Bengals get the ball at half. If the Chiefs could get them off the field without giving up points, the Chiefs then have an opportunity for the kill shot. Because if they go up 18 in this game, I don't see the Bengals winning it. I think mostly because I don't think the Bengals should stop the Chiefs 3 times in a row. So that's where I'm at. This is a big drive out of the half. And really, I'll say this too. I don't think field goals even matter. If the Bengals kick field goals, who cares? Like that last drive of the half of the Bengals, who cares? It doesn't, like, they're not winning this game kicking 46-yard field goals. They're not. If they kick a field goal, it's basically a punt.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Hill's only got 25 yards. Should have had a lot more there. Kelsey's only got 25 yards. And it's the other guys who have stepped up. Again, Demarcus Robinson, Byron Pringle, Blake Bell, McCole Hardman, Darrell Williams catch the ball in the backfield, Derek Gore with a big run. Darrell Williams is running well. So the Chiefs have a much more balanced attack right now than the Bengals. I think the Bengals are playing a little bit scared of the Chiefs on offense, and they've just got room all over the place. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they have forced Cincinnati by jumping out to mostly they had a 2-score lead throughout most of the half. So the Bengals haven't gone to Joe Mixon a lot. He's a really important weapon for them, and he can set up a lot of the things that they want to do on offense. That's why I agree so much with you. This drive coming out of the half, if the Chiefs let them go down and score a touchdown, you open everything back up for the Bengals, right? And they can start giving the ball to Mixon a little bit. The Chiefs are not a strong run defense. So I think this is huge. If I'm Spagnuolo, I'm looking to come out, bring the heat early, try to get them in a long situation on that. Get a 3 and out and get the ball back to Mahomes, because right now the Chiefs are unstoppable.
Look, I think the one thing in this game that I will say has me uneasy, if the Bengals go out and score a touchdown here, you kind of get the feeling that this is just going to be one of these days where it's just going to be shot for shot, and whoever's got the ball last wins. Now, the Chiefs would still have an advantage, obviously. Even if the Bengals went for 2 or something, they'd be up and they'd still have the football. But if you're the Chiefs, this drive is huge. If you stop them and get the ball back up 11, look, I mean, there's no guarantee you're going to go down and score, but you then have the opportunity to really kind of put them in a spot where he's just going to have to drop back and throw. And while Burrow's been excellent in this game, the Chiefs pass rush is getting home. They're hitting the hell out of him. They should have 4 or 5 sacks in this game, honestly. They just can't tackle. I mean, Fenton missed one. Matthew missed one. I think it was Reed or Ingram. Not that it was easy, but they had their hands on him. Like, I think for the Chiefs, you have a lot more to feel good about. And Holden, you're right, man. That drop pick by Eli Apple was enormous. That whole game changes with that. He drops the ball 2 plays later. Chiefs hit him for 50 yards over the top with Hardman or whatever it was. So, and listen, I feel good about the game. I really do. I think the Chiefs are in very good position. But they got to tighten up defensively, or this is going to be one of these things where the Chiefs offense is going to have to get into the mid to high 40s. And you don't want to be in that spot, because all it takes is a drop pass, a tip ball, and you're done.
And I'm going to keep doing this. Yet again, hats off to Andrew Wiley, man. And Joe Thuney moving over to left tackle.
Allegretti too. All of them.
Allegretti coming in and had a great block on that big run by Gore where he pulled. I mean, just took his guy right out of the play and popped that open. So, the Chiefs are not in a good spot with their offensive line right now. And thank goodness these guys, they got a veteran like Thuney who's able to slide over and play well. And Allegretti, who maybe not a guy you want out there all the time, but he's got a lot of experience and is doing his job.
Yeah. One thing the Chiefs have done, to their credit, with this offensive line, they got a lot of continuity. Like, the guys have been here for years. They know the offense. They didn't just bring in a bunch of guys who, like, Allegretti knows this offense. Wiley knows this offense. Now, they're not Thuney, they're not Brown. I get it, but, they know it. They know what to do. And I give them, Brown, we'll see what the injury is. Calf injury is questionable. I would guess he probably just pulled it. Like, I'm not all that concerned. But that makes this game all the more important. Like, win the game. And then next week, look, I'm sorry, they're not losing to Denver. There's no fucking way they're losing that game to the Broncos. So win this game, get the job done. But look, we got another half to go. It's a big drive out of the half. Chiefs going to stop out of the half. I feel very good about the game.
And right now, Tennessee is beating Miami 17-3. Still a long way to go in that one. But yeah, the Chiefs can't afford to slip up here. So any last thoughts before we get back into the action?
No, look, Jeff, no, Tooney's not hurt. He just slid over to left tackle. Brown pulled his calf in pregame. He's questionable, but it doesn't look like he's playing. The defense has to just make plays. Like, you got, and I don't mean like big, just tackle, wrap up, play defense with your feet, not with your hands, and coverage. Like, they do that, I think they're fine. I really do. I think they'll be, look, if you take out the one play where they gave up the big yarder, the 72-yarder, the Bengals have had 4 of their drives. Like, they've 10 points. So what? Who cares? So, Chiefs, no word on the game. He was ruled out immediately. Look, I don't want to speculate, but I'd be surprised if we see him again this year. All right, game's coming back on. Let's see what the Chiefs have with a 28-17 lead going into the second half.
We'll see you after the afternoon games for the post-game show. Go Chiefs.